Hello everyone, this year passed finally too. It's a story that many people talk to each other whenever they have a hard time. Next year, even if COVID-20 is coming, COVID-19 will stop anyway. And by that time, the world will be much different, right? Many experts say the polarization of wealth is beginning to reshape at a time when the landscape of perception is changing. I think there are three types of people depending on the way they look at Corona. People who make things, people who watch what happened, people who wonder what happened, where do you belonging? Historically, you have seen a lot of innovative companies taking away a lot of things from the rest of the world, right? Is it the same if I change it to an individual instead of a company here? Okay, I'm going to start this series today for those of you whose eyes are wide open to prepare for after COVID-19. The future doesn't wait anywhere, and then open the door one by one over time. So the birds already wriggling somewhere. We just can't see it because it's small and scattered. People who are looking for sprouts are called futurists and trendsetters. From today, I will introduce you to future seeds that are currently somewhere. If you think the cases I'm going to give you every week are different from what you are doing or what you are interested in, then you will often just learn. Success stories that are making money are not created indifferently. They are mostly stealing ideas from other parts and connecting those ideas to their own part. But it's a clever way of connecting the source to its product so that people don't know where it came from. This is a newly coined definition of creation. Be curious about getting hints from other areas you encounter every week. And how about traveling to various worlds with me? Many experts are talking about industries and lifestyles that will emerge in post-corona. I'm going to introduce the latest emerging cases every week. And I'd like to tell you how we are going to incorporate those examples into our existing business. Now, as a business that we are emerging in the post-corona era, today's first example is a virtual experience. You know Airbnb, which connects homeowners and travelers with 7 million accommodation around the world. Airbnb is one of the companies that has been hit hard by COVID-19. As you can see now, it has become common to book and cancel in advance and cancel them. Staying in a stranger's house is more of a horror than comfortable staying. The listing on the New York Stock Exchange, scheduled for the first half of this year, has been cancelled. As a recent survival strategy, we are pushing for a long-term accommodation model that stays for at least a month from the existing hotel model, which averages about 4 days. It's similar to the monthly rent model in Korea. But I have a business to look at. It's online experience. From April 10th, 2020, we are experimenting with connecting host and guest. The intention is to provide profit making to host and experience activities to guests with limited external activities. If a guest makes a reservation for $17 to $50, he or she will send you a link called Zoom, an online video solution on the website, and give you an indirect experience of your choice. As of early May 2020, there are 120 online experiences registered on the site. For example, let's take a look at the Latin Grammys concert in Buenos Aires. By experience, the host can limit the number of people. It was attended by 5 guests from Seoul, Tokyo, and California. Host and guest welcome the new guest as the performer enters in time for the experience. One guest is sitting with the bottled beer in his living room against the backdrop of a California beach. As the guests gather, one of the host cabin lead the conversation by talking to the guest one by one. What's unique is that you can't watch the video again after the experience. It's a real life. The picture you are looking at now is also promotional images for this experience concert. because after the concert, there are no video left. Let's look at a more advanced virtual experience trip than Airbnb. I'd like to introduce a tourist attraction with the COVID-19. It's called Peru Island. If you don't pronounce it correctly, you will often get confused with Peru, which consists of 18 islands in the middle of Iceland and Norway. 3/4 of Korea's Jeju Island's population is about 50,000. They graze 18,000 sheep on the island, which is larger than the population. Do you remember the last background of the 2017 Samsung Galaxy Note commercial? Overseas travel experts cite the Peru system as the world's most beautiful island. However, after the corona outbreak, the tourism agency closed down the island and started a new business because it was bored with leisure time. It's a remote tour that started in the middle of April 2020. It's an online virtual tour where you can access the internet and look around the island. But it's different from the general virtual experience tour that we know. Let's take a look at. Online viewers enjoy the scenery of locals with cameras on their heads. Of course, these guides are local residents and tourism staff. The tour points scenery will vary depending on who become the guides. But are they passive only from the perspective of these guides? No, definitely no. It also provides the beauty of a direct experience for viewers to adjust their avatars. The reason why we call the guides avatars here is because they can manipulate them like game characters. When you go online, the game controller appears on the screen and you are entitled to move your avatars for 1 minute in order in which you are accessing it. When the user presses the Go Straight button, they go straight. And sometimes they put the store in place as shown in the picture. Of course, when you ask them to go around the cliff, the avatars refuse to do so. Due to this unexpected experience, there is no destination for the one-day tour. What do you think? Isn't it giving you a customer experience that goes beyond the limit of guided tours? And like a guide, I communicate with tourists constantly throughout the tour. We are providing the best experience for travelers by subtly combining the strengths of both online and offline. Thanks to this experience service, the number of experienced people exceeded 85,000 in a month. Do they only have online experiences? Wouldn't it be more crowded if the travel industry recovers? This is not the end of the online and offline experience. The tourism agency also broadcasts these virtual experiences on the Instagram and Facebook live broadcasting every day. Unspecified viewers other than experienced viewers cannot participate in the avatar operation. You can see and hear the same conversation. During the live broadcast, the staff of the tourism bureau reply with the subtitles in real time. Is this virtual experience tour expensive? It's free. It's a publicity stunt to get more travelers to the Faroe Islands when the corona is over. It's used online as a means of supporting offline. Today, we looked at 2 examples of virtual experiences that will emerge as an untapped business. For those of you who are in business or who are planning new business items, let me tell you my strategic implication. Today's example is worth referring to projects that do space business in cities and local governments that have good experience spaces. But wouldn't it have an implication for those who are looking for new experiences in their products and service? There are many offline companies waiting for customers to come to you in the face-to-face life, right? You will be concerned about some differentiated customer value that goes beyond the inconvenience of your offline visit. Why don't you give potential customers an opportunity to experience your offline space by online? What are the objectives First, increase awareness and images. And second, don't you think it will motivate the store in the future? Look at this indirect experience service as a complementary relationship, not as an alternative to offline experience. You might come up with an idea. We've got a lot of virtual experiences. It would be nice to leave a little bit of regrets about the online experience or a complementary experience that you have to do offline. And considering the intention of the Federal Tourism Administration to provide virtual reality tourism for free, why don't we provide online experience as a promotion rather than a profit model? We are going to plant brand awareness and image online, and then we are going to lead them to offline visits. But remember, there is got to be a attractive edge offline to show you online. Now it's about time. The first business case of the post-corona series I sent you today was helpful. The second case of next week's series also introduced the ladies' business and its strategic implications. If you press the subscribe button, you see I'll be able to visit you every week. See you next week. Thanks.